Once building and departments are set up, you're ready to start adding educators to connecthub. You'll access all the educator upload options from the educator database in the left navigation menu. Then click Manage in the top right corner. From there, you'll see 3 ways educators can be added: manually one at a time, by importing a CSV file, or by using an automated SFTP sync, which is available on Pro plans only, and you'll need to contact our support team to turn this on. In this video, we're going to focus on the first 2 options, manual entry and CSV imports. You'll find more information linked below if you're interested in the SFTP sync. Before adding educators, it's important to think about which email address you'll use for each educator. In some districts, educators may have more than one email address. One often includes their name and another tied to their staff ID. When possible, we recommend using the staff ID-based email address since it's less likely to change over time due to name changes. If this isn't something that your district has a clear standard for, that's okay. In those cases, use the email address that your team already considers the primary or most reliable one for educators. Now let's look at the most simple way to add educators, one at a time manually. This option is going to work well if you're working with a small number of educators or you need to add somebody quickly. When adding an educator manually, you'll enter the required information: first name, last name, email address, and at least one building assignment. And optionally, you can add a position and department. For larger setups, importing educators using a CSV file is the fastest way to add educators in bulk. What our system will do is it'll look at your spreadsheet, look at your existing educator database, and it will show you the changes before you apply them to connecthub. A CSV file is simply a spreadsheet that's saved in a format that connecthub can read. That's going to be comma-separated values. To make this easier, we provide an educator database template for your spreadsheet, which is linked below this video. At a minimum, your CSV must include first name, last name, email address, and building name. If an educator belongs to more than one building, like Arthur Harrow, simply list the building names using a comma to separate them. Optional fields like position and department can be included, and any new department names in the file will be automatically created during the import. Another important note about building names: your building names in your spreadsheet must match exactly what the building names are in connecthub under Settings and Site. If they don't match exactly, you will see an error during the import process. Once your spreadsheet is ready, you'll need to export it as a CSV file. If you're using Google Sheets, simply open your file, click the File menu, and scroll down to Download and choose CSV. If you're using Excel, click File, then Save As, and select CSV as the file type. Then navigate back to the educator database, select Manage, and scroll down to CSV Import. Once you select your file, you'll be asked if your file contains a header row. That means row 1 in your file contains the name of the columns instead of actual educators to import. My spreadsheet does contain a header, so I'm going to check that off, and then I'm going to click Review Changes. Once you upload your CSV file in connecthub from the educator database, you'll be taken to the review screen. This allows you to preview the changes that will be made to your educator database before anything is applied, so you can confirm everything looks correct. And as we scroll down, you'll see that some sections have multiple options to choose from. Make sure you review these changes, and when you're ready, click Start Import. This will take you to your import and exports page, but you'll also receive an email once the import is either completed successfully or had any problems. When I refresh this page, I can see that it's been completed and it has successfully added 79 new educators. And I can navigate back to my educator database to see that they've all been added. In the next video, you'll learn how to manage educator information over time and configure who has access to make those changes.